Palmistry reading of a 37-year-old person. He's a software engineer, and we will be taking a look at his particular hand. Before we start the palmistry reading, I would request you to press the bell icon on YouTube and do not miss another update. You can call me or you can email me to get a palmistry reading from me. Now we straight away head to this particular hand image. See, basically, this particular person mentioned that he's right now he's 37 years old, but he started earning somewhere when he was 12 years old. So he has been working for a very long time, and he has been able to bring the family out of poverty. These are the things basically we will be dealing on his hand. What are the strength and what are the weaknesses of his hand? Right now, he's 37 years old and he has lost his job. So we would also be kind of lost his job. So we would also be, I would also be answering that particular question in this particular video as well. See, the first thing, whenever we take a look at any person's hand, we have to first take a look at the hand structure. And the hand structure combines of the palm as well as the fingers. All these things basically make the hand structure. So our hand structure is considered to be good when the bones are nice and strong, and the skin covering over these fingers is fairly good. Like it's fairly well padded, and well padded not just on the palm but also on the fingers as well. So we find that this particular hand is quite well padded hand. It is a very large kind of a hand, and it is a very well padded hand. What it does is that it brings about richness. Richness is not only calculated in terms of how much money the person has in their pocket, but it also is depicted by if the person is rich in content. So people who are rich in content, they automatically make or create lots of wealth around themselves. See, each and every part of your palm is important and it plays a role in your success or failure. Just let us take up one example. This area you can see it appears to be well padded. This is a very important area of one's palm. This is the area of Venus. So Venus area, whenever well padded, basically what it does is that it increases our energy, it increases our stamina, it increases our vitality. So people who have a prominent amount of Venus, a very well padded amount of Venus, as we see in this particular case, it signifies that the person would have energy that is going to last a lifetime. See, generally when we are young, when we are 14, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, we all have got good amount of energies. But as we are growing older, our energies are depleting. But in this particular case, when we find a very good well padded area of Mount of Venus, this signifies that the energies is going to be the same as they were in the childhood. So this is a very good sign for success. People who do not have a prominent amount of Venus, they get tired very easily. They are not able to face the problems, and the problems are like in our life. What happens is that there are always blockages. So people who have got huge amount of energy, they are able to withstand those blockages and move ahead in their life. This is what basically happens with people with full of energies and stamina and desire. So Venus, the area of desires is prominent, which automatically indicates that the person would be able to be successful. So to see success, we have to see the energy and stamina, and energy and stamina are there in abundance in this particular hand. So this is the first aspect. The second aspect, you would notice that this is the lifeline, and apart from the lifeline, there's another supporting kind of a lifeline that you can see out here. See, supporting lifeline, what it does is that it brings in fighting spirit. Although this line is not continuing for the whole period of the life, but still because it is present, it basically signifies good amount of fighting abilities in this particular person. Another very important portion of one's palm is the area of Mercury. This is the area that is the most important in the present times. Amount of Mercury is basically the area of your skill, your calculation, your communication. So people who have got a good Mercury, how do we see if a person has got a good Mercury or a bad Mercury? We just have to see that if there are perpendicular kind of lines over it, perpendicular, deep, and clear lines signify that the person is sharpening their skills. Apart from these lines, you would also notice that there's a long kind of a line, very long and straight kind of a line pointing towards the Mount of Mercury. This is considered to be a very good line to have. See, many people might have a very weak and meek kind of a line. This kind of a line people have, and they might have multiple kind of lines. Those are of no use. Those are not considered to be good. The only thing that is considered to be good is having very prominent, deep, clear, singular, and a line that is going in one particular direction. This line should also not be something like a wavy like formation. Wavy like formation is not considered to be good. It is not good for your health, and it is not good for your mind. Both things, basically, some people call this as the health line, some people call it as the labor line, and some people call it as the line of skill. So I combine it, all these lines into one, and I say that basically if you have this line, automatically your mind is going to be good, as well as your skills are going to be very sharpened. That's the reason you are going to be successful. So this is the first line. Now you must have heard about a money triangle in people's hand. So in this particular case, we find it is formed with two or three lines. The Mercury line I've already drawn. This is the money line that I'm drawing, going towards the Saturn mount, because Saturn is all about money. And the third is the headline. So a combination of three lines together basically makes this triangle-like formation, and this triangle-like formation is considered to be people call it a lucky sign. I don't call it a lucky sign. I say this is a line, this is a sign that you are going to be having good set of skill. Money line in itself tells about money and a balanced mind. Out here you would have a balanced mind. See, on the headline we are talking about balance of mind or imbalance of mind. So we are just going to calculate the age. This is the portion where the headline starts, and as is moved forward, so I'm just going to redraw it. So this is the line we draw, something like out here, and the intersection, this I've drawn as the headline, and this one I'm drawing as the headline. So what is happening is this portion of the headline is before the age of 35. This is 0 age to age 35, and this portion of the headline is after the age of 35. So if you find that the headline is neat and clean after the age of 35, the chances are this portion of the headline, if it is neat and clean and singular, the chances are that things are going to be good and stable in a person's life. See, this is a great pandemic we are seeing in the present times, where things are going haywire, but this person is going to be able to somehow concentrate on his work, somehow balance his mind, and that's the reason these people would become successful. Now we just take a brief look at the left hand as well. See, on the left hand, if we take a look at the headline, this is the headline we are referring to. There are few upward lines. Upward lines are considered to be good towards the Jupiter. Jupiter is a big planet. Big planet means growth, expansion in life, and ambition in one's life. And headline moving backward or originating from the amount of Jupiter, basically it signifies that the person is growth oriented. So the first thing is that. The second line that we refer to is this upward kind of a line pointing towards the Mount of Mercury. I just need to add one more thing out here before I explain this particular line. See, generally what people want to know about is money, money, and money. People think that people want to know about just this particular line. This is the money line. See, money line does tell about the money, but this is not the only line to refer to regarding money. You have to have a good Mount of Venus, good Mars, good Jupiter, good Mercury. Only then things are going to be good. It's not one sign or one particular line that would make or break you. It's a combination of many lines together which might indicate success or failure in one's life. So this upward line that is going from the just before the intersection, just before the age of 35, maybe probably 34, upward line towards the Mount of Mercury signifies the person might have added a few set of skills. So upward lines always from any line, and out here it's the headline moving towards the finger is considered to be good. It signifies something positive happening in a person's life, maybe better career, better things happening, or better relationship, or it could be anything. And there's another upward kind of a line from the headline at a later stage. This age could be probably after the age of 53, 54. See, upward lines, wherever they point towards the fingers, whenever they point towards the fingers, is a beautiful sign to have. It 100% guarantees success. And towards the end of the line, it means how is your life going to be towards the end of your life. So if we have these upward lines, so it means that the life is going to be extremely good as you are growing older. This upward line can also be seen in the right hand, the active hand as well. Left hand is the hand of past, right hand is the hand of present, left is passive hand, right is active hand. So this is a good indication to have. Although on the mount itself, you would say the surface area that is present in the mount on the mount of Mercury is comparatively less. As you can see on the mount of Jupiter, it's a large area, comparatively large area. Comparatively, this area has got squeezed a little bit. So the bigger the area, the better it is considered to be. It is better in terms for communication and skills and all these kind of things. And Mercury is all about calculations and communication. It is about mathematics, engineering, medical. It is about law. It is about statistics. It is about economics. So all kind of things basically come from Mercury. If Mercury is good, everything is good. Although there is no bad sign, it's just that the surface area is comparatively less. That's the only flaw that I can that I can think of. Now we come back to the other aspect. This upward line can also be seen out here on the headline. Same case. Now what the person told me is that the person is age 37 and he kind of lost his job. Why I say kind of lost his job? Because he's still in the job, but he's being paid a very small percentage of his original salary. So this is what the person told me. So if we have to calculate the age on the line of money, regarding the money part, this is the line we are drawing, and this is the intersection. So this intersection is 35. So this portion of life could be on the money line could be 37. I'm just going to remove this line just to see if there's any break or such. We don't find any break or such out here, you would notice, but we find that the break could be it is apparent somewhere at the age of 35. So this is where the problem could have been there, but it may not come as far as I can see. The problem is only momentary. The person is not going to face this problem for a long period of time. This is the first thing. The second thing is that apart from the main money line, you would also notice that there's another money line kind of running parallel to the main money line. So this is considered to be some kind of a parallel income. A parallel income comes from your any sources. It could come from your wife, or it could come from any other aspect as well. This parallel income, it could be the person himself is having a parallel income, or otherwise as well. As far as money goes, then another line basically develops at the intersection of the heart line and this is the money line. So things are going to change somewhere at the age of 53. New things are going to appear in his life, totally new things. So this is another aspect that is going to play out. Now the other important aspect to see regarding money is that this is the lifeline, and there are 2 or 3 lines that are moving upward towards the fingers. These are considered to be luck lines. These are considered to be unlocking of financial resources. This could be the golden period in a person's life. So the portion of life where these upward lines can be seen, this portion could be around the age of, let's say around 40, between 37 to 40. This age could be 37 to 40 until the age of probably 50, 55 or so. These things are going to be constantly happening in the person's life. Now coming to a few negative aspects. See, as far as the negative aspect goes, the person repeatedly told me that the person is totally stressed up mentally. He's totally very troubled with all the problems he's facing. There's a line coming from the area of Mount of Mars. Although this is not a bad area, Mount of Mars, this is Mars negative area. This is just the name. This is a very positive area, but horizontal lines is considered to be a little bit negative. So a line that is coming and touching the headline, after the intersection. So this age is 35. So this portion of life could be age of the person where the person is traveling. So as such, it's going to be a momentary kind of a mental problem. It's not going to be a constant kind of a problem that the person is going to face in his life. This is the first thing. The second aspect is that as far as the headline goes, it is perfect. It is 100% perfect. The person would be able to have a very clear cut mind, very balanced kind of a mind. Everything is going to be there, and however big the problem might come in his life, yet the person is going to come out of it. So this is what the headline is showing. But as far as the heartline goes, the heartline is kind of breaking out here. Then this line is developing, then there are few branches over it. Upward line is good, a branch upward towards the finger is good, downwards it's a little bit negative. And then there's a little bit of broadness in the line. So broad lines are not considered to be good because it brings in stress and anxiety. So this is what, and the break could mean momentary break in a person's either relationship or his work. So it could be either way. So a heartline that is very simple kind is comparatively much better, but out here, because it's a little bit, it's in a small way, it's a little bit complicated and it's a little bit broad, that basically decreases the quality, and that basically brings in anxiety and stress, and it also distracts us. These branches over the heartline kind of distracts us from distractions in the relationship or distractions in one's work as well. So those, both these things might apply. The good part about the heartline is that it is kind of ending somewhere close to the amount of Saturn. It's somewhere in the middle, but still we are going to say it's covering more of Saturn. So we would say that your heartline is more of Saturn oriented. Saturn oriented heartlines are considered to be good for money matters. It basically brings in more of the person is focused more towards money. The person would be able to accumulate good amount of money. This is what basically it signifies. And out here you would notice that the heartline is running parallel for a long duration of time. That means the person is in two boats constantly. So this is a wrong aspect. It also increases one's emotions. So it's kind of a negative aspect. As far as the left hand goes, you would notice that this is the line of money, and there's a branch that is coming and going inward, pointing towards the amount of Mars negative. See, money line moving towards the amount of Mars is always negative. It kind of brings in losses. It could be loss of money or loss of some other kind. So he mentioned that the loss was his father. He has passed away. So probably that this line could be an indication, not a surety, but could be an indication where these problems could have come up. So there's another branch like small branch that is weaker branch, so I wouldn't talk about that much. Now regarding the sun line, this is basically the carrier line. This portion of the line before the age of 53, this portion, from this portion to this portion, is the age 35 to 53 on the sun line. The line is not so distinct and clear. It means that a little bit of doubts are going to be there. And doubts basically destroy everything. So I would suggest that he should basically give more energies to his work, although it's not one line doesn't determine everything, because the area of desires is very strong. So even having a comparatively weaker kind of a sun line, this might not play out much in his life, although it would have a small part to play. But yet I would say that he should kind of clear all the doubts. He should concentrate on what he's doing, and he should remain committed. He should remove all the self-doubts if there are any. Although the hand is good, everything is good, yes, but if either the line should have been totally absent out here or more prominent, so that would have given much better result. And after the age of 53, the line is much more stronger. Out here, the line is much more stronger. The line out here is absent. So absence of the line is not a negative sign. It might be, in fact, a very, very good sign. So, so in this way, it is good. The heart line is curving towards the end. It brings in the person is very passionate and displays his emotion. Can't keep his emotions in check. So this is what he is. And that's it for this particular reading. I hope you liked this particular video. If you like this video, click on the bell icon and press on the, you won't miss any other update. Give a like button if you like the video. People want to know about money, possessions, wealth. Money can be known from head, heart, life, sun, Mercury, Venus, any other line. Importance of money line in terms of how much money we are going to be having, it's only 15%. We can tell from the money line. It's all other hand, as I've explained in my video, at each and every line and each and every area of the palm matters. A saint once said, you do not need to go to an astrologer or a palmist to know about your future, because you already know your future. Present is a result of past. How will be my future? Future depends upon what you are doing in the present. What are we? We are product of our thoughts. So the thoughts that come to our mind are really important. Keep positive thoughts and keep good company, because company, if it is good, any negative aspect on your palm is going to get removed. And if you are having a bad company, then even if you have the best of hands, it might not play out in any good way. Thanks for watching. Bye and take care.